Welcome back, everybody, to another episode playing as Chad. And I was not disappointed. You all came through with flying colors on all the Chad jokes in the comment section of the first video. If you didn't see the first video, there's a link in the description that'll take you back to that first episode. We successfully conquered our first territory, and I posed the question to our war council over on Patreon as to whether or not we should attack Sudan or Cameroon next. Falsely, in my mind, thinking that Cameroon had the stronger military but better resources and that Sudan would be an easier target. Well, thankfully, one of you pointed out the fact that Sudan, in fact, has the stronger military because I only saw the 21 right here. I didn't see the additional army up here of 28. So the overwhelming sense of the council, in fact, I think it was like, I want to say much more than 80% voted in favor of attacking Cameroon next. Now, our army is down to just 16 right now, so we've got a long way to go before we have a military that's ready to go. But we're going to go ahead and begin that process by sending a spy to start building the espionage points in Cameroon. Once we have enough, we'll start working on fabricating a claim. In the meantime, let's continue to build up our military and build up our economy. Now, we have this task given to us to do a festival. And if we do the festival, we gain 2,000 money and a 1% reduction, or a 1% increase in happiness, I guess is how you would put it. So let's go ahead and take a look. Social actions, festival. What will it cost for us to do that? It'll reduce unhappiness. It gives 1 to the province GDP, and it reduces 1 of personal control. So there's really no downfall, except that it costs money, action points, metal, and fuel. Takes 50 days. Let's go ahead and start doing that. In the meantime, we are still working on some things, but we don't have any current projects. So let's take a look at the possible projects that we have. Somebody else pointed out that we should be working on things like land infrastructure, public transport, etc. So let's take a look at this. HDI +2, it'll unlock infrastructure modernization. So let's go ahead and do that. In addition, I want to look at my military technology some more, because the one thing I'm really after here is I want to have the most advanced military on the continent. We can't get marine infantry yet. We can't get anything like fighters. I'd really like to have those, but I guess we're not there yet. So back to economic focus. No, nothing there. Infrastructure. Let's go ahead and do non-renewable energy. HDI +1, GDP growth bonus. Some unhappiness will change, but that's okay. Not a huge deal for us right now. Well, this is kind of a big deal. It doesn't impact me directly, but Pakistan and Iran are at war. Now, that seems like the kind of thing that would never happen in real life, but boy, it's going to be fascinating to watch that unfold. So let's go ahead and look here. Obviously, they have this big border right here that exists between the two of them, but it looks like it's actually over here in the Strait of Hormuz is where the fighting is taking place. And it looks like a smaller Pakistani army taking on the larger Iranian army. It's going to be very interesting to see how that all shakes out. You can see the losses right now. Pakistan's actually losing more. They do have a larger army overall, 224. So we'll kind of watch and see what happens with that. Okay, it looks like Pakistan just nuked Iran. Pakistan is a nuclear power, and they decided to show it. We just see, we saw a mushroom cloud take place here in Iran. So, oh boy, that's really interesting, and that certainly cannot be a good thing. No change in the war score. The losses are still kind of piling up, but man, didn't expect to see nuclear war happening between those two in 2025. All right, our festival action was completed successfully. So there, we completed that task. We got 2,000 in money, a 1% reduction in unhappiness. We're going to work on doing this core claim, which is the next thing we need to do. GDP growth of plus 0.2% seems like a tall task. Let's go back to recruiting. We're working on artillery. I want to recruit some more artillery. We don't have the steel to be able to do that. We're running low on metals, unfortunately. So that's not going to get us very far. We can build 2 more Panzer units. Even mechanized units are going to cost metal. We're going to have to go buy some, unfortunately. So let's go ahead and look and see what we can buy and sell. All right, so we're going to trade resources now. I need to buy metals. Why won't it let me do it? Oh, we're already set to metals, that's why. So if we buy... Oh boy, it's going to get expensive to buy metals. Even buying 200 is going to cost us 4,000. We can sell some rare earth elements, and that'll get us a decent amount, but we're getting low on those. So even if we sell half of what we have, that barely just makes up the money that we just spent on metals. So we're going to have a hard time equipping our army moving forward, unfortunately. What about fuel? We've got a little bit of fuel available to us. Again, not much, though. Ah, boy. Finances are going to be an issue for the nation of Chad. So we are continuing to build up the army. We're up to 16. We've got a long way to go to be able to build up an army that can take on Cameroon, though. But they've got a lot of resources that we'll be able to sell when we take them. An anonymous letter of terrorist demands has been sent to our headquarters. An unknown group demands a massive tribute, threatening us with a series of attacks. How will we respond? We will not be intimidated. Examine the letter, track down the senders, and take them down. Yeah, it only costs a little bit of action points and money, so that's probably worth it. Let's hunt them down. So 35 days till we complete non-renewable energy. 10 days until we complete land infrastructure project. We're working on the upgrade to the pit mine. That's going to take another 62 days. Hopefully that gets us a little closer to being positive on the metal production. All right, let's see if we got enough points to do this now. Now we need 35. We've got 32, so we're almost there. Now it's time to decide on another project. And I think upgrading the military is just a non-issue for us right now. It's just not something we can really do. So let's go to financial system, private banks. That'll give us some bonus to GDP growth. Let's go ahead and do that. Our security forces were unable to catch the terrorists yet. Their activity is on the rise. Increase the effort. Another 100 money, another 150 action points. Non-renewable energy has been implemented. Let's go back then to where we were on some things. Joint investments. That's going to help with GDP growth as well and reduce unemployment. Let's go ahead and do that. Our HDI, Human Development Index, is at 35. We're going to have to raise that more if we want to do certain things that we're unable to do at the moment. Our military is up to, it's still at 16. It's taking a while to recruit some of these things. Oh, do we have another military somewhere else, or is that the only place? I guess that's the only military we've got at the moment. All right, back to our spy. Let's go ahead to political espionage, fabrication of claims. Again, it's only a 50-50 chance when we do this, so we'll probably have to do it more than once. Security forces still unable to catch them. This only proves how ineffective the war on terror is. It's better to give up and hope for the best. No, let's try it again. All right, building our open pit mine. Boy, that only increased our metal production by 5. That was almost worthless to me. That upgrade just didn't do much at all. Upgrading it again. Did we not upgrade this one? That must have been one that was already being built somewhere else. No? I mean, that's got to be it. I just thought for some reason that the open pit mine was somewhere else, but our security forces finally managed to capture the terrorists who blackmailed us. Awesome. Locked them up for good. That gives me personal control. Unhappiness reduced. Nah, let's do due process or execute them in public. I like that. Relations with everyone -3, duration 75 days. But it reduces unhappiness. Yep, execute them in public. Do it. We don't mess around with terrorists. Let's see what's happening in the war. No change in the war score. The losses are mounting up for Pakistan, though, to the point where now Iran has the larger army. So that hasn't necessarily been a good thing for them. Looks like this is where the fighting's happening right now. Not a lot of change, though, in everything. All right, we're about to see the results of the fabrication of claims. And then we've got another project to choose. Let's see what happens. It was successful. All right, so that means we completed another mission. 1,000 money, 1,000 action points to us. Awesome. There's no way I'm going to fill every general slot I have. I'm not even going to bother with that. We are getting closer to the plus 2%, 0.2% GDP growth, so that's a good thing. Let's go ahead and see. Oh, and our spy gained an espionage level. Let's take a look at our unused project slots. Free banking market, another bonus to GDP growth. That will hurt unemployment, but that's okay. Those are the trade-offs you sometimes have to make. Let's start looking at things like trade agreements. Obviously, Nigeria is the most powerful nation in this part of the world. And let's see what a trade agreement with Nigeria would do. All right, our relations need to be higher than 100, and they're not. So I guess first we have to work on relations before we can do anything else. So let's take a look. Positive actions, relations improvement. That would give us a plus 20, and it's only 25 in money and 15 action points. It's certainly worth it. 65% chance of success. And let's think about doing that a few different places. Maybe Egypt might be a good place to do that as well. Pretty low relations with Egypt. So I'm going to start working on my international relations a little bit while we simultaneously continue to do other things. Joint investments is coming. All right. We added a favor point with Nigeria. I'm not entirely sure what that does. I think you can spend those to improve your odds of things happening. All right, we can't do relations improvement again for another 365 days. Gain favor. Oh, it's got to be higher than 55, and then we gain favor points that way. Cooperative actions. Defensive pact, non-aggression treaty. That might be a way to go. All right, 65% chance of a non-aggression treaty. That would be a good thing. Joint investments has been completed. Egypt, we got better relations with. Continuing to build up our military. Let's go back to project slots. All right, infrastructure. What else can we do? Nothing else right now, actually. Basic infrastructure. What about road infrastructure? That gives us plus 2 to HDI. Let's go ahead and do that. Oh, it's going to cost 48 in fuel. We don't have a lot of that. We're completely out of metal now. Man, that sucks. All right. Oh, that's why. I was wondering why my military wasn't showing as higher. It's up to 25 now. Still not enough to take on Cameroon. Now, this is interesting. We can do some things to do military espionage. What would that do? Land XP, General's Water XP. That doesn't really matter a whole lot to me. What else can we do? Spy actions. Just plain espionage, break ciphers, spy detection. Nah. Let's go back to military. Building sabotage. What would that do? Province building hit points. We don't have he doesn't have any buildings there, so it doesn't matter. All right, nothing to do for right now. Non-aggression treaty, diplomatic action in Nigeria implemented successfully. So we have a non-aggression pact with Nigeria. That's helpful because that is a big dog that we don't want to mess with right now. We're up to 26 in our military. I want to take a look. Oh, what's this? Our friends invited you to come for a state funeral of the head of their country who had died after a long illness. Courtesy demands your presence. Yeah, we'll do it. We've managed to move all the way up to 83rd now in score. We were at like 118 at the start. We were at 90 at the beginning of this episode. So it's working its way up. Our GDP is up to a massive 8 now from where we were. Now, compare that to the United States, who has 25,767. But you very quickly work your way down to just 8 when you get to Chad. We're 123rd in GDP. Money, pretty low everywhere. You can see the massive amounts of money that some places have. We don't have any debt, which is good, but we also can't really borrow all that much money. Okay, elections. Let's see. We could discard certain things in favor of doing other things, but if we keep it all the way it is, this is how it will change. I guess that's probably a good thing. Let's accept all of that. We do have high unemployment. We're going to have to work on that. What's going on here? Oh, we got the GDP growth working for us for the Tiger economy. We're at 0.21 right now. Let's take a look. Financial system, bureaucracy. I don't know if that's what we want. Back to basic infrastructure. We're kind of maxed out on everything we can do there. A lot of these things cost money, which is the main problem we're dealing with. What about social policy? Migration policy? All right, let's do that. That'll give us another boost to HDI. All right, we're going to become a proud member of the African civilization, which will give me bonus relations with the African civilization of 3. So anybody who has African civilization will look at us slightly better. However, if we want to go to proud of the nation, for example, that's the kind of thing that costs a ton. So I don't know that any of these are really great options for us, and a lot of them require HDIs over 60. So we're not even close to those things. Physics, nah. Things like atomic fission, not at all practical for us because we don't have the metal to make it happen. So, man, we're really, really limited, unfortunately. All right, I'm going to sell some more rare earth elements. Well, I don't need to yet. I still got a decent amount of money. We need to buy some more metals. We need to build up our military a little bit more. And once we do that, we'll be at the place where we can take on Cameroon, which is kind of the goal right now. We need to get those resources so I can have some flexibility with some more things I'd like to do with my nation. Can't really do much until I do that. I'd like to get some more panzer divisions, but those cost a lot of metal. So we'll build 2 more of those. Mechanized infantry don't cost nearly as much metal. Let's get 5 more of those. And what about artillery? Yeah, artillery, we can do 1 more, and then we're pretty well out of metals again. I think that'll be enough. We don't have to have a bigger military. We just have to have a better military. So let's see what he's got. He's got 14 infantry, 6 panzer. It's the air ones I'm a little more worried about, the helicopters. But he's only got 14 infantry, 6 panzer divisions. So I feel like those are things I can take on. Let's take a look at our military. These are all kind of separate. I think I need to merge them all. 3 mechanized, 5 panzer, 5 artillery there. 4 panzer, 4 helicopter. And then we've got 3 mechanized, 2 panzer. So a lot of mechanized and panzer divisions. I feel like that should give me an edge. All right, now we've got all of our military into 1 unit. So we visited Nigeria, and it was a huge success. Now our relations are up to 125, which should allow me now to go back and do the trade agreement that I was after before. And we can actually spend one of our favor points to increase our success chance by 10. Oh, we need 2 of those to be able to do that, I guess. Okay. All right, so we have a 70% chance. No, we don't. What are we missing? Oh, we've got to be 155. Oh, we're at 155. We got to be above 100. Everything's good on the requirements. What don't we have? Investment points. How do we get investment points? We need those. So we're going to try to invest in Nigeria. Let's see if that's what gives us an investment point. I'm guessing that's probably how you do it. So our army's up to 30. We still have 1 more panzer division to be built, 3 more infantry divisions. Whoa, wait, what? Huh? By war with Libya, do they mean I'm at war with Libya? Please tell me that Libya did not just declare war on me. That is a major problem. Yep, they did. Oh, we're done. We are so in trouble. What's Libya's army look like? 19, 15, 58, 4. There's no way I have any chance. Help us, Nigeria. Help us, Nigeria. All right. For the love of all that is holy, help me. Block actions. Can I add them to my block? Is there any chance at all of that happening? We can try. Oh, geez. Who else can I call on? Who can help me? Oh, my goodness. Egypt? We started working on trying to be positive with Egypt. No. Oh, geez. Defensive pact. Any chance of that? No. It says I'm not at war, but I am at war. Oh, yeah. Jeez. It says I can't be at war, and I am. Oh, boy, I'm in trouble. All right, let's see what happens. I was not expecting Libya to declare war on me. That's just like an impossible situation for me, especially if he moves this big army down. We're going to start moving up to get in defensive position. He's moving his 19. Here comes 25. Our historians and researchers uncovered rare texts about an ancient burial site located somewhere in our country. They would like to know more. Are they out of their minds? There's a war raging on. Go ahead, do it. All right, we are in a battle here with the first Libyan forces to enter our country. And so far, so good. But he just got reinforcements, you can see. So now it's going to become a different issue altogether. I'm going to get my mechanized infantry to move, if I can. Why am I not able to control these guys? I'm losing my helicopters now. He just lit up my helicopters big time. All right, we're just going to let... Yeah, see, now he's got 28 to my 23. I am so done. Well, this might be a really short series. I feel like this game is... Well, which is a good thing. It's not really designed for you to be able to take a country like Chad and completely turn it around and turn it into a world power in 100 years. You're just too limited economically to be able to do that. But that makes sense, because in real life that could never happen. It could certainly be improved, and I've done a lot to improve it. But unfortunately, there's just no way to do with it what I'd like, which is totally fine. I mean, that's reality. I certainly wasn't expecting Libya to invade me, though. I lost my helicopters. And it appears like I don't really have a way to take on his air power. We're still winning the battle, though. I have nothing to take on his air force with. Let's go ahead and speed things up a little bit. See, it's 54-46 at the moment. 55-45. It's actually going up. All right, we just wiped out his... All right, the research proved to be successful. We have discovered a very old burial site where lies a leader of an ancient empire that stretched over the vast areas. Okay, that's cool. They succeeded. They shall get their money. All right, hopefully these the mechanized infantry can take on the air power. No, they can't, and that's the problem, is that I can't deal with his air power. Oh, we did take down some of them, but oh boy. Now it's just my panzers, and that's it. Oh no, I do have some infantry still. Just some let's get up here on their flanks if we can. Don't run away. Come on now, don't run away. All right, 70-30. How much of his military is there? See, we're down to just 11, though. See, he's still got 38 and 8 and 19 up here. I mean, I just have no chance if he sends any more of his armies down here. Doing really well, though, but that shows me that my army would have done well against Cameroon had I been given that opportunity. Time for a treasure hunt. All right. Yeah, it's not going to matter a whole lot if I get conquered by Libya. Is there any chance we can take out these helicopters? In the meantime, while we're at war, India versus Pakistan. Wait, India versus Pakistan? That's two world nuclear powers going at it. That's not good. War's going crazy now. People's Republic of China versus Pakistan. So China and India went in on the war against Pakistan, which means Pakistan is done. They have no chance whatsoever. In the meantime, though, our Chadian army, I don't know if it's Chadian, is that how that goes? Oh, and we have more that we've built down here. We should have been sending these guys up there. We're going to win the battle against Libya. In fact, we have won the battle against Libya. We beat a larger force, but he's going to send more. What is this? They're ready to enter peace negotiations. So they're saying we won the war. Okay. I lost my army though, and now I'm back at square one. Let's join this army together. But we're down to just 12, but we won a war against Libya. That's pretty epic. All right, but in the meantime, not a lot happening very good for us. New country created, the Republic of Balochistan. What, out of part of Pakistan? So Pakistan's been divided into other nations. They've been split up. Interesting. Where does that put us now in terms of score? We are now 73rd. Boy, I'd love to be able to get into like the top 20 by the time this game's over. We're still only 6 years in, and you can go 100 years. So, all right, so maybe we have something to play for after all. But now I'm so low on resources, and metals is a huge issue for me. I'm out of money, just lots and lots of problems. All right, I'm going to wrap it up right there. I know we didn't do a lot, but I'm just not sure where I can go from here. I'm going to have to try and find somewhere to get those resources because I just don't have enough resources. How did I lose all my money is what I don't understand. I had, 15,000 left. All right, well, that's where we are. Let me know your thoughts. Use the comment section below, and we'll see if there's anywhere to go from here. But if not, we might just have to try another nation or try a different game. I've been thinking a lot about Empire of Sin, having a lot of fun with that. That might be an interesting one for a playthrough, and then maybe we'll come back and revisit this. But I have a feeling this is about all we can do with Chad right now. So thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.